bill. How often do you look at your electricity bill and think, wow, that's expensive? It's probably every week for me. Well, here's some good news for you. The cost of power may come down by this December after President Uhuru Kenyatta ordered the implementation of a task force report on the cost of power. The task force was set up in March to look into Kenya Power's power purchase agreement and has recommended that the struggling sole electricity distributor cancels all yet to be concluded negotiations of power purchase agreements. Julian Samboko now looks into the recommendations and how they will affect you.
After 6 months, the task force appointed by President Uhuru Kenyatta to look into Kenya Power's power purchase agreements has submitted its report to the president. Kenya Power has been at the center of the conditions set by the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund for the reforming of state-owned enterprises. In June, while extending an 80 billion shillings loan facility to the country, the World Bank called for review of the firm's power purchase agreements, noting that, and I quote, "The current power purchase costs for KPLC are about $810 million, accounting for over half of the utility's total cost of sales. The expected strengthening of KPLC's finances substantially reduces fiscal risks to the government, given the large size and strategic nature of this state-owned enterprise." The World Bank further recommended, and I quote, that Kenya issues a decision on the signed power purchase agreements that had not yet reached commercial or financial closure, with a view to competitive procurement of renewable energy and reducing the cost of supply. End of quote. It therefore comes as no surprise that the task force is recommending cancellation of all yet to be concluded negotiations of power purchase agreements. The management of Kenya Power has in the past decried the weight that power purchase agreements weigh on the company's financial soundness.
Our liquidity situation is not good. We have outstanding debts which we need to pay. We also took quite huge loans which also have to be paid. We pay almost 67 to 70% of what we collect to the power generators. Perhaps we are left with about 30%.
The task force looking into the power purchase agreements has also recommended that 1. Kenya Power takes the lead in formulation and related power purchase agreement procurement of the least cost power development plan. 2. That Kenya Power should institute due diligence and contract management frameworks for power purchase agreements procurement and monitoring along the lines of the drafts provided by the task force. 3. That Kenya Power should institute 1- and 5-year rolling demand and generation forecasts and associated models. According to the government, the recommendations from the task force establish a path towards reducing the cost of electricity by as much as 33% by the end of January 2022. Julian Samboko, NTV.